walking through a mall, an airport, or gymnasium, and notice these boxes on the wall with the letters AED, and you wondered, what is that? Those are automatic external defibrillators. They are life-saving pieces of medical equipment that even non-medically trained people can use to save a life. My name is Postlewait. I'm a paramedic with 20+ years of experience. And today, we're going to talk about AEDs, how they interact with the heart, why they are important in our community. We're going to talk about some statistics that show their importance. I'm going to show you just how easy an AED is to use. First, let's start off by talking about the basics of the heart and how an AED interacts with it. The heart works with two primary mechanisms. The electrical, which powers the mechanical aspects of the heart that pumps the blood through the body. When the electrical part of the heart is interfered with through an arrhythmia, generally ventricular fibrillation, that's when we use the AED to shock the heart, momentarily stopping it in hopes that when it restarts, it will again allow the pumping mechanism to pump the blood properly throughout the heart. Now that we know how the AED works with the heart, let's talk about why we need AEDs. Spontaneous cardiac arrest happens 95% outside of the hospital. 90% of the time, it's fatal. And that is because brain death begins 3 to 4 minutes after the heart stops. And for every minute that passes, you are 7 to 10% less likely to survive. You may be asking yourself, well, why do I need to know how to use an AED? I've got a very good 911 system in my community. We have fire, we have EMS, and they respond very rapidly. That may be the case, but according to the Department of Homeland Security, the average response time for EMS in the United States is 6.6 minutes. If you look at that and you compare that to the time that brain death starts, it just doesn't work. That's why layperson CPR and AED use is vital. Now that we know how AEDs interact with the heart, why they are important for the community, let's talk about some statistics. Harrah's Casino, a large casino, they train their security guards in how to use AEDs and CPR. They had a 54% success rate by just using AEDs, and that's a great statistic. But when they were able to deliver that first shock within 3 minutes, their success rate jumped to 74%. San Diego had an Operation Heartbeat. They deployed AEDs throughout the city, trained their citizens in how to use AEDs and CPR. They had a 45% survival rate. The American Heart Association, they've done many studies throughout the United States, and they have shown over and over again, by just training citizens how to use an AED, how to perform CPR, we can triple the survival rate of spontaneous cardiac arrest. Now that we've seen how the AED interacts with the heart, we've seen why they're important, I've shown you some statistics on how good they are. I'm going to show you just how easy an AED is to use. Now there are many types of AEDs. Many companies make them. They look different, but they all function basically the same. They have instructions, voice prompts, color codes, and pictures. First thing you want to do, call 911. You're going to go up, open the box. It's going to come with instructions. What does it say? Turn on the device. We're going to turn it on. It's going to do a self-check. We're going to follow the directions. Listen.
Connect electrodes.
Tells us connect the electrodes. We're going to connect the electrodes. Number 2, apply the pads. It's got pictures. It tells us where to put the pads. One there. One there. The next we do, follow the prompts. Analyze.
Connect electrodes. Push analyze.
Push analyze.
Stand clear.
Okay, we stand clear.
Analyzing now. Stand clear.
This is the point where if you're married, you understand what to do. It's charging. We ensure everyone is clear, and we just listen to what it tells us to do.
Stand clear. Push to
We
shock.
push the shock, make sure everyone is clear. Push,
Stand clear.
stand clear, and the machine
Analyzing now.
checks for a heartbeat.
Stand clear. No shock.
No shock advised. It is just that easy
Repulse.
to use an AED. Over the last few minutes, we've seen how an AED interacts with the heart. We've talked about why it is important to have them in our community. We've looked at statistics that show that they work, and I've shown you just how easy an AED is to use. It is my hope that when you're walking down that crowded mall, the airport, the gym, and you see an AED, and perhaps there's an opportunity to use it. Hopefully it doesn't happen, but you will know how to use it. Or maybe I've inspired you. You'll take a CPR class, a first aid class, and just take your knowledge a little bit further. Thank you for your time.